Hi friends, happy Friday. We made it. We made it. We made it. First of all, thank you for sticking with me all the way up to number 40 Facebook Live. 40 out of 100 Facebooks in 100 days. Yay! So that's super cool. Shout out to my hubby who's watching from somewhere in the house. That's cool too. I survived my week of teacher training and the REACH conference. That was super good, and I really enjoyed it, and I learned a lot. So there's that. Tomorrow I am headed up to Donnelly, Idaho to hang out with my parents for a little while and pick up my babies, who are not babies anymore. I'm going to go pick up my boys. They spent the week with Nana and Papa Stallings. So, a little shout out. Thank you to my parents for putting up with my progeny for a week. They had a couple hiccups, but I think everybody had a good time. So there's that. I want to talk to you guys tonight just a little bit about affirmations. Affirmations. So affirmations. So when we talk about affirmations, we are actually talking about what it means to affirm something into our life or into someone else's life. So when we affirm something, or when we create an affirmation about something, we are actually stating something that we know to be true. So to affirm means to state something that is true, or to offer encouragement to someone, right? Those are the two meanings of affirm. So if we want to use the tool of affirmations in our own life, then we need to first create a statement that is true for us, right? So, for example, an affirmation for me might be, I am a new teacher, right? That is something that is true for me, and I can affirm that. That's just a very practical application. Another affirmation might be, I am successful at growing petunias. Notice the white petunias behind me, right? Or I am successful at growing cucumbers, right? Because I have this huge, oh, you can't see it from here. It's back over there. I have a huge cucumber garden. There's a cabbage growing there, but primarily cucumbers, because really, that's what I want to eat all summer. What's another example of an affirmation that we could create for ourselves? I affirm that I am a good friend. I affirm to myself that I am enough. I affirm that I am a new teacher and that I am constantly working to improve as a teacher. So those are some affirmations that I could use in my life to support myself and to encourage myself. Because when we affirm, we're actually supporting or encouraging, whether that's ourselves or a friend or a spouse or a sibling or a kiddo, right? So when we talk about affirming, we're talking about creating or stating something that is true for us. So how can we use this practice of affirmations to really help take us to the next level? This makes me think of Saturday Night Live. There used to be a character on there whose name was Stuart Smalley. I think that that's the right character. If not, it's all right. And he would sit in front of this huge mirror. Hold on, the airplane. I can't hear myself think. Pause for this airplane break, brought to you by the Nampa Airport. So this character would sit in front of a mirror and he would say these affirmations. He would say, I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me. So that's an example of a highly cheesy, however, highly legitimate affirmation, right? So, you and I, we can create and use affirmations in our daily life, I feel like, as a really nice, effective tool for offering ourselves some support and encouragement. And that's truly how I look at affirmations. It's how I use them in my life for myself. And if that's one way to help you incorporate them or think about them, then I encourage you to do that. So stating something that's true, that will support you and encourage you in whatever dream or goal or endeavor that you're taking on. Okay, so for me, another affirmation might be, I am enough. I am well liked by my students and my colleagues in my department. I am a successful second-year business teacher. Okay, so I've stated truths. I've stated things that are true for me. They're really not disputable, right? And when I affirm them to myself in a manner that is supportive and encouraging, and I do that repeatedly, those affirmations can provide a great deal of comfort and support and encouragement and help me achieve my goals, right? And I do believe that affirmations, I don't always use them the way a lot of life coaches and modern day, affirmation gurus are using them maybe, but I do find them helpful, even if I just have one kind of on replay in my brain to offer me some support and encouragement. Because who doesn't need a little bit more encouragement and pick me up, and sometimes we have to give that to ourselves, right? So just affirming something that you know to be true, or I will add this, affirm something or create a statement of truth or an affirmation that you want to be true. So maybe your affirmation is not exactly true right now, but maybe it's something you're working towards and something you would like to see come to fruition. I do believe we can use affirmations that way as well. So, affirmation practice time. Create your affirmation by affirming something that is true for you, or affirming something that you want to be true for you. So, 5 years from now, I want to be a successful high school business teacher in my district, right? So that's something that I want to be true for me. But I'm only into year 2 of my teaching. So an affirmation for me might look like, I am a reputable, successful high school business teacher in my district, right? And if I keep saying that to myself, even during the hard times, even when things get kind of rough and tough, even when I'm not feeling successful or highly respected, right? I can still repeat those kinds of affirmations to myself to really help boost my morale, help me stay positive, help me keep a good perspective on whatever situation I might be facing. and hopefully it'll help me, just by repeating these true statements to myself. Now, whether you just kind of repeat them to yourself or whether you actually create some affirmations, write them down, and then repeat them, try a few different techniques, try a few different things. Maybe Google how to write affirmations, whatever floats your boat. Definitely try it, or at least consider maybe creating a couple of go-to affirmations made up of statements that you know to be true about yourself, that you can fall back on when you're having a hard day or you're having a little bit of a struggle, right? The whole point is to find ways to support ourselves and find ways to support people we care about. The other way an affirmation can work is you can use affirmations to affirm or encourage somebody else. And that's really nice too. Hey, Melissa Mulder, my friend, and Wendy Geyer Clocko. Hi, ladies. Thank you for popping on and saying hello. Affirmations. Sometimes I feel like affirmations, like it's such a big word and it's kind of like thrown around a lot, especially like in the last decade or so. Like, oh, you need to have 5 daily affirmations, and oh, you need to do an affirmation practice every day, and oh, you need to have mantras, and you need to have this, and you need to have that, and I feel like just try a few things on and see what feels good and see what feels right. If it feels good to you to create 2 or 3 really helpful affirmations about yourself and write them on a sticky note and post them on your bathroom mirror, do that and just read them to yourself every morning, right? If it feels good to you to create some positive affirmations that you can then turn around and text to, your 3 best girlfriends or your 3, closest buddies, do that, right? Like, sometimes it's a good practice to affirm someone else, strengthen and support somebody else, encourage somebody else. So affirmations don't have to be all about us. They can also be about the people we truly care for and the people we want to see do well and encourage. I'm trying to get better about affirmations for myself and my self-talk, and then also sending positive affirmations out to my friends and my family. Hubby says, speak positive things into your own life. Yes, affirmations can definitely do that. We can definitely use affirmations to speak positive things into our lives. So yeah, affirmations. Practice, play with them. Don't be afraid of creating your own personalized affirmations. I have a couple of affirmations / mantras that I don't necessarily have written down. As I know you guys are like, what? You're the big journaler. Why don't you have them written down? I don't necessarily have them written down, but I do have them memorized, and I play them every morning on repeat in the shower. And that's been a new practice for me, and one that I find really positive and really helpful, and it feels good. It makes me feel good. I wouldn't do it if it didn't make me feel good. So those are my thoughts about affirmations. If you are watching live, thank you so much. If you are watching the replay, leave us a comment. Leave me a comment about affirmations and how you've used them in the past successfully, or maybe how you want to implement affirmations. I know some people kind of go way out there with this kind of tool. I say find what works for you. Find what feels good. All right? I am sending you grace and peace and sunshine, my friends. I will see you back here tomorrow evening, where I will, hopefully, if all goes well, I will be broadcasting from beautiful Donley, Idaho, and maybe even try to give you guys a little bit of a tour of my parents' camp and property. So yeah, that's all I've got. Happy Friday. We survived another week. We're golden. All right, good night, my friends. Bye.